bathe yourself in an unlimited amount of scrolls and roll any talent you wish for. Farm as much gear and gold as you want. Master the Manastorm with his pure shadow guide and become one of the few people to kill Alva, all by yourself. Attention, disclaimer. I am not a theory crafter. My spec is surely not the best it could be. I haven't mastered out all of the talents. All I know is this works and has worked for Manastorm 1 to 1000 and multiple Alva re-kills, both at level 60 and 70. With that being said, here is the too long, don't wanna watch version of this build guide. Stack Pure Shadow to 10, Unleash Shadow Crash at 10 stacks of Pure Shadow with Shadow Fury and Fire and Fury. Apply your 3 corruptions with AoE Shadow Burns and Wave of Despair as well as Seed of Corruption. Sustain via Soul Leech, Siphon Life, Manastorm Hearts and Potions. Repeat 1000 times. Congrats, Alva's dead. Alright, onto the more detailed version. You will be able to clear a lot of stages just by stacking up your Pure Shadow talent to 10 by using Twilight Shock, Shadow Burn and Shadow Bolt, and then using Shadow Fury and Fire and Fury. These 6 talents are the core of the build, with Soul Leech and Siphon Life providing you with the sustain you need outside of Manastorm Hearts, Potions and the Shadow Cloth set bonus. Thanks to Growing Corruption, your Wave of Despair and Seed of Corruptions explosion now apply one of your corruptions that isn't yet active to your target. Thanks to Corrupting Shadows, Shadow Burns also apply corruptions. Dusk Till Dawn allows your next Shadow Burn or Twilight Shock to hit 6 targets, if you have used 5 spells with the cast time before. Yes, this also stacks by using Shadow Bolts with the Nightfall proc and using Wave of Despair. So, to prepare for a big AoE pull, you want to spread your seeds, stacking up Growing Corruption, have Pure Shadow stacked to 10, and bring down a giant Shadow Crash with your Shadow Fury abilities. In reality, Shadow Crash is enough to clear lower stages and using your Nightfall procs for Seed of Corruption. A huge setup with Dusk Till Dawn is generally not needed until later stages. For single target boss rotation, I do the following. Cast 1 Shadow Bolt for the increased 5% crit debuff, which I follow up with a Haunt and immediately use Curse of Elements. Shadow Bolt and Haunt are both projectiles, which don't aggro the mob immediately, only once they hit their target, so you effectively get 3 abilities off before the fight starts. Then I get my corruptions up with Shadow Burn and Twilight Shock. I use Entropy for single target damage, and use your Shadow Furies and Beam of Hatred on cooldown. Keep Haunt up for 20% more damage on your damage over time effects, then try to cast Shadow Bolts between your Shadow Burns. In reality, at higher stages you will probably be moving a lot and will use whatever instant cast ability is ready, whilst avoiding damage by kiting and not getting hit by all of the affixes. When near death, you can use Death Coil. If you are below 80% health and you use it on a target it doesn't overkill, you basically heal yourself to full HP. Also, Deterrence and Dispersion will allow you to negate most damage while you can move around and collect some Manastorm Hearts on the floor, as well as use your potion and get some distance with Disengage. To condense the usual game plan of this build at any stage, avoid taking damage with Sprint Serum, Disengage and Blinks. Spread your seeds, corruptions and have Pure Shadow stack to 10. Group up mobs using Line of Sight and Smoke Bomb. And use your defensives before you expect a lot of damage. Some words of wisdom: you will die a lot. Mana Storms are still rough around the edges and you will have to learn which mobs are still overtuned and can possibly hit you from a 120 yards range. Experience goes a long way, so don't get too demotivated if you die a lot. It's not entirely your own fault. Sometimes I start up the storms and just immediately die. The toughest enemy in the Mana Storms is your patience. You just have to pull slow sometimes, and no matter how much damage you deal, if you don't play well and don't know the mechanics yet of the fight at hand, you're gonna die no matter your build. Alright, that's it for the guide. yes, it's over already. If you want to have a guide for my Mythic Plus Frost build I've uploaded to the Hero Architect too, let me know in the comments. Also, I'll be releasing an Alba solo guide in the coming week, so if you struggle with her, stay tuned. For macros, please refer to the Hero Architect in-game. Well then, thank you for watching und auf Wiedersehen.